constant low battery, being tracked 24/7, annoying pop-ups. These are all things I'm sure we dislike about our phones. But did you know all of these problems can be fixed simply by turning off things in settings? There are some really annoying settings on your phone which are automatically turned on. Some of these settings are very creepy and dangerous and bad for your phone, so turn them off right now. I'm Charlie and today we're going to look at 8 phone settings you need to turn off now. But before we get turned off, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming up first, we have in-app reviews. We've all been there. You've been using one of your favorite apps when up comes a pop-up. The pop-up then says, "What do you think about this app? Leave us a review of 5 stars." This happens a lot and is very annoying, but there's a simple way to turn it off so you never have to leave a review or be prompted to do so. To turn this off on iPhone, simply go to Settings and go to iTunes and App Store. And then make sure to turn the switch in-app ratings and reviews off. There's nothing worse than downloading an app and before you've even got to use it, they're asking for a 5-star review. Well, now you never have to face that problem ever again. Next up is limit ad tracking. In 2019, your data is more valuable than oil or gold. Every company wants to know all about you, and that's why you're always asked for things like cookies when you go to a new website. And when I say cookies, I don't mean the nice snack, I mean things that track your internet usage. Well, if you value your privacy, then be sure to change this setting. Go into your settings and go to privacy and then scroll down to advertising. From there, you'll actually want to turn limit ad tracking on. By default, this setting is turned off. But when you turn it on, it means advertisers cannot track your iPhone when it's connected to the internet. Now, you may be saying, I don't really care if advertisers do track me. But this will actually save you a lot of battery life, so it's worth doing even if you don't care about privacy. But when you turn this on, advertisers won't get every last detail about every website you go on. Next up is fetch new data. Is battery life an issue for your cell phone? I'm pretty sure that most people wake up with a fully charged phone and then 15 minutes later it's down to 10%. You may wonder why your phone's battery is so bad even when you're not using your phone. Well, a lot of it is what's happening in the background. To save battery life, go to Settings and then click on Passwords and Accounts. You then want to go to Fetch New Data. You'll probably see that most of your accounts are scheduled to push whenever they have a notification. But instead, it's much better to select Fetch. From there, you can set up how often you want your iPhone to look for new information, like new emails. Maybe you want your phone to check this every hour and not continuously. This will mean you'll get way less notifications all the time, and also you'll save a lot of battery life. Next up is System Services. Okay, these are a few crucial settings you're going to need to turn off on your phone. And the reason why is because all of these things in System Services drain your phone's battery. You'll want to go to Settings and then System Services. Then turn everything off except 3 things. Experts recommend that you keep on emergency calls and SOS, find my iPhone, and share my location. However, everything else you probably won't need, but you can use your own discretion and customize your phone as you'd like. Keep in mind though that the more of these you turn off, the more battery life you're gonna save. Next up is iPhone Analytics. Do you want to help a $1 trillion company known as Apple? No? Well, I don't blame you, you just did by buying their phone. But when you buy an iPhone, a setting called iPhone Analytics is automatically turned on. This basically allows Apple to see exactly how you're using your phone. This will not only drain your phone's battery by sending everything you do to Apple, but it's also a privacy issue as well. So that's why you should go into Settings, Privacy, and then Analytics. From there, you'll be able to turn off Share iPhone Analytics. Now Apple won't be tracking your every move and seeing how you use your phone. Apple say they use this to improve their products, but I'm pretty sure you've helped Apple out enough by buying their phone in the first place. Next up is Location Services. Do you ever feel like someone's tracking your every move? Well, if you're walking with any piece of smart technology, chances are they are. You'd be surprised how many apps which do not require maps track your location for no reason. The only reason they do this is to collect data on you and then sell it to other companies. And surprise surprise, it's also a big battery drain. So you should go into Settings and then Privacy. You'll then need to find Location Services and scroll to System Services. You'll see that Significant Locations is turned on, but be sure to turn that off. Apple says this is turned on to deliver advertising to you. So really it's just a way for them to make money off your data, so be sure to turn it off as it drains your battery life, and it's a privacy issue too. Coming up next is background app refresh. If you go to this setting, you'll see that background app refresh is turned on for every app. But for most apps, this is totally pointless and simply wastes your battery. To turn this off, go to Settings and then General. Then go to Background App Refresh. You'll then see a list and you'll want to select all the ones which you don't want this feature on for. For example, you may want your email and some news apps to constantly be updated. But for some apps like games, you won't want them to constantly update in the background. Bear in mind that the more of these you turn off, the more battery life you're gonna have. Coming up next is product improvement data. This is another way that Apple looks at what you're doing on your phone 24/7 and takes that data. They say they use this to make their products better. But frankly, this takes up a ton of battery life and I think they can improve their products by themselves. Be sure to turn off things like Popular Near Me, Routing and Traffic, and Improve Maps. All of these things don't directly improve anything for you. Instead, it's just a way for Apple to gain more data all about how you use your phone. That's your business, and I think Apple should hire their own market research groups. So go into System Services and turn off all of these to save a ton of battery life. And finally on the list, we have iCloud Analytics. So for this one, you'll want to go back to the same location as where you found iPhone Analytics. And you know the drill, you're going to want to turn off this feature. All it does is collect data as to how you use iCloud. And seeing as iCloud has been hacked many times, I suggest turning this off and maybe not using iCloud at all. Remember, turning this off also affects your battery life in a positive way, so it's good to do. But now it's time to make your voice heard. Vote in the poll in the top right corner. Are you an iPhone or an Android user? If you want some more awesome videos, then check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that on screen right now. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.